In the energy quadrant, natural gas finished out a very strong week. We now got the second week up with 2 days this particular week that have been up over 1.5% at some point. Today we rallied well above positive 1.5% on the change on the day and then finished up 1.12% as the day wound down. We got a little bit of a sell-off. May 8th, we had an up 2% day. So a couple of very strong days. We've now been up 3 of the last 4 days. And as I mentioned, second week up for natural gas coming into a seasonally strong period, which I'll talk about in a second. The weather is looking mixed for the next week. We've got snow and cold coming in the north. We've got rain and a drop in temperatures in the south. The rest of the south is actually, that's the southeast, and the rest of the south is actually going to be slightly mild versus the hot weather that was expected maybe 10 days ago. But it's expected to produce a brief uptick in demand because it's only expected to last a couple of days, the beginning of the week, and then we're supposed to get more mild temperatures, some hot temperatures in the south that could potentially put some buy pressure on natural gas based off of natural gas powered electricity for air conditioners, especially in the east and the southeast. And then lastly, we did have the EIA inventory numbers for natural gas yesterday, and the build was 85 billion cubic feet added to inventories. Now that was versus an expectation of 86 to 88, depending on the analysts you talk to, billion cubic feet being added. That would have been a little bit more bearish. Plus, the 5-year average for a build of this time of year is only 72 billion cubic feet. So we had a bigger build than the average, but a lower build than what was expected by analysts. The stockpiles are now 303 billion cubic feet deficit. So we got a little bit more improvement. Next week, we're expected to improve again on those deficits, and that's going to keep a little bit of a bid underneath natural gas as we head into hotter and hotter weather as the season goes on. And speaking of seasonality, which I mentioned earlier, we are entering a very strong seasonal time period. Beginning of May all the way through the middle of June tends to be, looking at 20 years of just price data, all else equal, tends to be a pretty strong period for the natural gas commodity futures.